If your team listens to you more than your wife does, you are hiding behind your title. I know this is going to irritate some people, but that means that because you're irritated, something might change after you watch this video. And you can sit there, be irritated and say, you know what, screw this guy, I don't want to listen to him, why should I even listen to him, and shut this video off, or hear out how to fix this problem. I know you're logical, so make the wise decision. The problem I find with most men today is that we are currently witnessing an identity pandemic. And most people will never admit it. Most executives will never ever admit, because what do you mean I don't know who I am? Yes, I said it. The moment you stop being useful, in your head, you've automatically become useless. And if you still live by that, if that doesn't tell you that who you are isn't based on what you do, then how do you expect me to help you understand that you don't know who you are if you feel useless the moment you stop doing stuff that's useful to people? Your identity isn't based on usefulness. Your identity is based on being. And what I found is we grew up in this generation that carried on this propaganda for so long. I was watching a video where there were scientists in around the 928. By the way, I haven't said why you should listen to me, and I don't think you should. You should definitely do your own research. But I have read a few books, like the likes of these, and I don't know if you can see the ones underneath here. But cut long story short, I just borrowed a lot of insights from a lot of people and decided to create a system around it, because when I was going through it, it sucked. Really sucked. I didn't know who I was. I felt that it's either I figure it out or I don't. And it was one of those moments where your back is against the wall, and if you don't figure it out, you're screwed, right? And ever since then, I've just decided to develop more and more and more. And it's happened that I happened to become an author and a speaker on this topic. So here I am, sharing what I've learned, okay? Like I said, you don't have to listen to him. I am a husband, by the way, and a dad too. But that's outside for the topic. The reason why you are struggling at home right now is because you're reactive. You don't want to have to admit it, but yeah, you're reactive, you're defensive, you're emotionally unavailable. These are the three. It's almost like, as guys, where do you want to fit? Do you want to be the emotionally unavailable guy? Do you want to be the defensive guy? Do you want to be the reactive guy? Which one suits you best? And the problem is, that's what's eroding your authority. That is exactly what is like. It's not people. People cannot take your authority away from you. If you had authority over your own body, over the way you carry yourself, over the way you speak, it's going to be hard for people to take that away from you, because you gave that to yourself first. You see, people can only take away from you what they gave to you. Think about anything. I'll wait, and you can drop in the comments if you disagree. I'm always open to learn and take feedback. I have, not that I want to say I don't have ego, because I'm not going to allow you to disrespect me or whatever, but I'm always open to learn. I just don't feel like you should make the way ego becomes useless is when you become defensive. Yeah, because you failed to realize what you could learn had you opened up the doors and taking on the critique in a way that's showing you, what does this mean and what is this teaching me, right? And because we get defensive, we shut ourselves up and we start to defend from the person that's simply attacking us. The only time you attack back is when someone's attacking you, right? But the truth of the matter is this: people will listen to you because of structure, and that's fine and that's fair. That's how society is built. Patriarchy, you name it, whatever you want to blame. That's how people listen to you. They listen to you because of structure. And your wife listens to you because of respect. But if you don't have that for yourself, if you carry narratives in your head that say that I am only useful when I do stuff for you, then she can't have respect, because you don't have it for yourself. Women cannot give you something you haven't given yourself. This is why you cannot get women unless you think you can actually get them. If you're a guy that genuinely feels like he cannot get women, you will not get women. Think about it. And it works with anything. It's called the principle of neediness. Anything you desperately need will be automatically repelled from you. This is why the people that have the most money have no need for it, right? The people who have the most views have no need for it. Prime example, I have gone viral. This is how serious this principle works, because it works on me. I have 3 million views carrying a plastic bag, and I've got 600 videos on this channel that barely hit 1,000 views. Not to say that I care about views, but that's just to tell you, when I don't need it, it takes off, and when I do, it doesn't. Okay, that's the law of neediness. Until you understand that you don't need it, you're almost repelled by it, it's gonna carry on not coming to you. Do you want to know why people don't respect you? Exactly that. You want it too bad. You're desperately trying to grab it. When they ask you for space, you're like, okay, cool. How much space do you need? Do you want to? I had DMs the other day saying, how much space is too much space? And I'm like, dude, are you kidding? That's your question? And I don't believe there's dumb questions. But hell, you've missed the point. The reason why she's asking for space is because being next to you caused her to need space. So why is the solution to the problem cutting off the space rather than understanding what caused her to need space away from you in the first place? You cannot structure your way into marriage. And that's the problem. I feel like people feel like, oh, back in the day, this was done and this was that. Yeah, people were hiding behind the title. And we can see the cracks today. Men that are husbands but can't lead. Men that claim to be fathers but can't do the job. And because we've all said, oh, it's a family unit issue, once this and this is together, bang, everything goes well. Now we have kids that hate their parents, resent their parents, and it's a family unit. So what's going on, right? Yeah, it's because people hide behind the title. And until we stop pretending to be something we're not, and actually work our way towards being that thing we're supposed to be, things are not going to change. You want to be an executive in your house? Understand one thing and one thing only. Until you have a clear hierarchy in your head that works like this, and it says, your role doesn't define you. Yeah? Your performance doesn't define you. Your consequence doesn't define you. You're going to understand that you bring that stuff at home, you're creating an invisible rules and regulations that just are simply not sustainable. Because why do you think there should be a hierarchy in your house? Why do you think there should be a hierarchy in general? By the way, that's the fun part about this whole thing. Do you want to know the fun fact? Everyone's insecure. And you want to know how? I speak to men at high levels, sharing their insecurities. That is my job. I allow men to be vulnerable with me so that I can tell them to get the hell up. I have seen men, fathers, shed tears because this is the first time they've been able to open up in years, carrying the weight of decades of just, I'll handle it alone. Finally break down and get to the core of the issue. Because the truth of the matter is that if you don't confront yourself, it doesn't matter what you do. You're always going to be seen as a coward in your system. It doesn't matter what everybody says. No. Your mind is going to tell you you're a coward because you can't face me. I already know that as well because I was doing the same thing. I thought, yeah, as long as I should show I'm tough to these guys, but listen, I tried everything but confronting myself. This is why I know that the only answer to this is confronting yourself. I tried boxing, jiu-jitsu, Muay Thai, making a killing, climbing the ranks in my real estate era as a professional, and making as much money as I thought I could at the time, speaking to multimillionaires, closing them, learning the art of persuasion, you freaking name it, public speaking, and then bam, let me to the same place. Confront yourself, please. Whenever you're ready, build the whole thing. You can do it. You can. What car do you want? You want what is it? Mercedes? Boom, go get it. Do it. How many girls do you want to sleep with? Go on, do it, brother. Do it all. You can, right? But then you go back to the same thing. You haven't confronted yourself. Coward. That's what your brain says. You're a coward. And you're battling these battles thinking that that's what men do. No. Men govern. How can you have a fight in your own kingdom and expect to go out there and do what? A lot of us pride ourselves in these stories. Do you know how many times you get these motivational videos saying, oh, fight for your battles, deal with your own demons? They're bullying this shit out of you, bro. At what point are you gonna say, maybe I need to get some better weapons? Like, seriously. Everyone goes through it. No, they don't. If you can't have peace of mind in your own kingdom, how the hell are you gonna get it anywhere else? Literally, the only thing you can control, you have zero control over. But yet you expect that because you have zero control over this, then you can have control over everything else. No wonder everything's fragile. And I'm not grilling people. I don't like to think that. I'm saying what really matters is your presence within. You need to feel that you're there for you, your tone, that adjusts is because of that. Emotional stability, your trust in yourself, in your word. When you say something, do it. If you can't deliver it, then don't say it. Because before it offends anyone, it attacks you first. Because that coward voice is gonna add reps now. It's gonna say, oh, you're not just a coward, you're a liar too, huh? You break promises. That's good. I can use that now. Anytime any of these are unstable, your authority automatically collapses. And I have, in my line of work, once these things were fixed, I kid you not, I have never seen anyone struggle with the authority ever after that. Number one, they didn't need other people to see it. Number two, because they had it for themselves, everybody sensed it. Sometimes within 5 days. Providing is a responsibility. Leadership is emotional containment. Understanding how to hold tension without escalating it, which means, let me try to simplify it to the best of my ability. Think about it this way. You are going through things, and instead of allowing your emotions to get the best of you, you're saying, no, I am not gonna, this is my throne, and I'm gonna stay seated and figure out my next move. I'm not gonna allow my emotions or whatever it is to throw me out of my seat and create this foggy space I'm in where I can't think straight. I'm not gonna do that. When you can stay calm when she's emotional, when you can say no without over explaining, once you understand how to regulate yourself, she won't just follow your direction. She will feel safe in it because she understands that, wow, this guy has seen the same storm I panicked in and remained calm. Doing the opposite is how you drop the. Picture the scene, right? Someone comes and he's trying to rob you, and they come in and they say, give me your bag, give me your wallet, give me everything you've got. And your wife is scared, right? Rightly so. It's like, this guy's got a gun. This is dangerous. And instead of you to represent the guy that's thinking, okay, cool, let me assess the situation, all right? Does it make sense for me to give them the bags? What's in the bag? Is there anything that's valuable that we cannot retract from this? Is it anything that maybe for the kids, whatever the case is, right? You're the person that's supposedly meant to do that. But instead of doing that, you panic behind her. I don't know in what normal world when there's two people crumbling, the person that initially felt that there was an expectation in that person stepping up will now feel the same way about that person. And you can say, of course, it makes sense. Why would I? No, I'm never gonna duck. I'm a man. I'm throwing some punches. Actually, no one's ever gonna step to me. Well, you allow yourself to be stepped on emotionally every single time. You react, you get defensive, you shut down. That's you hiding behind your wife. And she's asking, can we look at the storm together? I don't have the capacity, but I hope that you do. And instead what you do is you hide behind. Or when things get tough at work, do you know what, I'm a human being, everyone leave me alone. And then your energy starts to throw off these negative things that everybody else has to deal with because you are dealing with a lot of stuff. And I'm not here to tell you that you're not dealing with a lot of stuff. You are, but you're under-equipped. And until you understand that being under-equipped is costing you more than pretending to be equipped, nothing's gonna change. I don't know how to say this in a nice way, but until you understand that the key is not to try to look the part, it's actually being the part, what do you expect me to say? When you defend instead of leading, you lose points. Not to them. Not that no one cares about them, but you get the gist. To you. It's like you went to a fist fight and pulled up a sword. That's not morals wise, it's off. Yeah, you can win the game. Look, you got an advantage now, but what kind of victory is that, right? It's a moral code. Imagine you have a moral code. The guy is honoring you, man to man. Let's have a fist fight, and you bring out that. Yeah, you won. You're a tough guy now. Is that what you think? Not really. You just created your own rules and hopefully won because of it. If you did, because the argument would be: imagine you pulled that up and you still lost. Now that's embarrassing, right? So what I'm basically saying is, understand how to govern yourself first before demanding anything from anyone. And you can only do that in one or two ways, I've learned. After reading the books I've read, I promise you I wish there was maybe there's a way where I can just click and then bam, it's done. No, you do it through recalibration. You do it by understanding what your identity is going to be set on. You do it by understanding how important it is to be first before having or doing. Like Myron Golden says, be, do, have. You see, I used to think discipline was being able to say no to short-term pleasure. And to some stance, it's still a truth to that. But it's half truth, it's half baked. And the full truth is being able to say no to short-term pleasure because you're saying yes to your long-term pleasure. So it's being able to say no to your short-term pleasure because you're saying yes to your long-term pleasure. Which is, in other words, discipline is your loyalty to your future self. And when you apply that discipline in not just at work or when you put on the suit or when your alter ego comes up. No. When you apply that when you're preparing for meetings, I'm going to be loyal to my future self. I'm not going to embarrass the person I am designed to become. I am not going to unregulate myself. I am not going to go in there pretending to be this person I'm not. No, I'm going to be honest. But I am going to be loyal to the person I am building for. Right? When you're able to create that gap that for some destroys authority, but for you it establishes leverage, because you're now, when you talk about the stages of ego, you're now at level 5 or 6. Whether no one's watching or someone's watching, you're the same person, right? You're the person that sticks to what he says he's going to stick to. I promise you, things are going to feel different. It's when you start to negotiate that they don't. You see, one of the main reasons why people negotiate boundaries is because of fear. And until you understand that you having that as a lever is what's making you weak, we're going to carry on pretending to be strong. Bruce Lee said it best. He says, weak people don't suffer because they're weak. The weak people that suffer are the people that pretend to be strong. And I'm not here to judge you, but I want to ask you an honest question. Are you weak? You've watched the video till now. Are you genuinely weak? Then become strong. Because if you don't become strong, then who's going to teach your family how to do so? There's a reason why I tailor this work to people that have things to lose. Is because I know, as I'm asking you that question, I have to be honest with myself. And if I now say to myself, no, I can handle it, but where's the outcome? I'll figure it out. Okay, where is the outcome? You didn't answer me. The outcome's not here. So what are you going to do about it? Are you going to pretend that you have it? Are you going to or are you actually going to ask? Because sometimes the problems that we have are just one question away. You get reactive, you get defensive. You are one step away right now from changing that. All you need to do is book a private consultation. I'll tell you. I'll tell you in 5 minutes. I'll save you the time. Within 5 minutes, or unless you want to tell me your life story. And then we go into why you did what you did, and how you earned reward, how you earned friends, and how you earned safety. And then I'll show you the breakdown, and I'll get you to how to re-switch that. Right? I can do that. It's not magical here. It's just that because I've done it for so many years, it's not easy. I'm not special. I just spent a lot of time studying people because I wanted to figure this out. So it doesn't take anything away from you. It's not like you're not smart. Same way, I may reach out to you because of, I don't know, maybe fitness. I don't know. I don't know if it's fitness. It'll be something, right? People, we need each other one way or the other. That's the whole point of humanity. If everyone was able to be self-sufficient, hey, listen, we wouldn't have value. Value is, I want something that I don't have. And this is why rich people don't value. If you give billionaire £100, he's not going to value it because he has it. He's had it for maybe his lifetime. So he probably makes that in a few seconds. He has access to it. He doesn't value it. Yeah, you give a billionaire in a lying bed the chance to walk and run. He'd pay $1 billion for it, probably. Because that's what value is. So stop negotiating with pretense. It's one of the biggest robbers of your household. Pretense, that's the biggest one. Fake it until you make it. It's robbing you. Scam. So here are 2 things I want you to look out for too. Okay? Guilt. I ask a lot of men, how do you deal with guilt? And I ask myself how I dealt with guilt. And the answer to that was, I didn't. I carried it because it made me feel noble. A lot of people come and say, oh, bad guys always win and good guys always suffer. Good guys suffer because guilt feels noble. And I'm here to tell you that guilt is robbing the people you love of an effective leader. Because what happens when you're guilty? Your chest is heavy. You feel, you reminisce on your past mistakes. Your mind is set on past mistake. It's set on emotional outbursts. And you, instead of you thinking clear on what the next step is, you shouldn't have done that. And then because I've done that, I'm going to try to dodge the bullet so that I don't hurt anyone by doing this. That's guilt. Guilt is an enemy in your camp. It makes you sloppy. Do you want to know the difference between good guys and bad guys? Bad guys don't feel any of it. It's not that they're terrible people. Yeah, some of them are, don't get me wrong. That's why they're bad guys, right? But some of them, generally speaking, they're able to just, hey, it's okay, we'll figure it out. Oops, next. They don't care. And I'm not saying you shouldn't care, but I'm saying you should definitely let go of guilt. Because it's not effective. Learn how to forgive yourself. The same way you'd want to forgive someone that you love, forgive yourself. This is why grace is key. No one talks about the weight of leadership. Everyone just says, hey, I want to be a leader. Yeah. Carry the weight. See how it feels. Until we understand how to let go of guilt, we are never going to be effective leaders. It's just not going to happen. You're not going to be stable. You're going to be overreacting them. Am I doing too much here? Am I hurting these people more than I should have already? How much more can these people take? Do you know I know these questions? Because I asked these questions. The last thing I want to do is, especially when your identity is based on being useful, is make myself feel any more useless. So let go of guilt. Let go of past mistake, emotional outburst, past avoidance. Imagine this is, because the inner child is still in there. And he's the one carrying it on his shoulders like this. Tell him to take it off. Let it go. Forgive yourself. Move on. Because overcompensation kills respect. When you can't say no without feeling guilty, that guilt is it's not them this is what I'm trying to say. It's not them. It's your guilt that's attacking you internally and ruining your leadership. So your leadership is leadership biggest enemy, or one of the biggest enemies, is guilt. No leader can lead properly whilst he feels guilty. None. Because you need certainty. And guilt is best friend with doubt. You second guess every single move you make because that guilt is making sure that you don't get to repeat whatever has happened again. So you're certain about something. You're just certain about never doing the same thing again, instead of doing the right thing or doing the very thing that's going to get you the outcome you want. Your mind cannot be split. Become stable. You've probably watched a video where I've said this before, but becoming stable is an art. And it's an art that will lead you to peace of mind, especially during storms. Because the truth of the matter is that life is going to throw all sorts of stuff at you. And you know that, we know that. The game isn't to have a peaceful life and make sure that, for instance, when it comes to your children, make sure that you give them everything you never had. Give them the most peaceful life ever. No. Do they know how to deal with a storm? Because if they don't, they will crumble when it does. That's the one guarantee. And if you don't meet the storm called life, you're going to meet the storm called death. Either way, you're going to meet one of them. So I'd say and argue that the best strategy to this is understanding how to handle it when it comes. How do you remain calm, right? Become calm. Become the person that looks at the storm and says, you don't scare me, not anymore. I know what the next steps look like. And I'll forgive myself if I get it wrong. I'll keep going until I get it. Be the stable man in every area of your life. Forget structure. I'm not going to make a video on the breakdowns of leadership, but forget structure. Respect people. Cleaner, say hi. How you doing? Stop treating people. Because the thing about a hierarchy, and I'm digressing a little bit, is that when you start giving people hierarchies, you start treating people that are lower than you worse than you, and sometimes that person may become a billionaire tomorrow, and there you go, because of the hierarchy, ruining your chances at being close to them. If there's no hierarchy, you get to treat people as people. Hey, something that weird stuff, but hey, one day people are gonna forget you ever existed. Right? So why the hell should I treat you any different? Yeah, like Michael Jackson, right? Everyone still thinks of him, but I promise you, if I saw him today, I'll be like, yeah, it's cool, but it's cool, right? It's not that. It's been quite a while now. Like, if people forget, like, it's just how it is. It just is. Life just is, right? The only person I would say has done quite well is Jesus. I think people will still be impressed if they saw Jesus. Therefore, him, most people will be like, yeah, it's cool, man. Yeah, cool kid. So understand that everyone at some point is just not going to be around. So because of that, treat people with respect, whether they earn more or less than you, whether they've got a better car or worse car than you. Who cares? We're all going to be forgotten one day, completely eradicated. No one will ever even remember that we walked on this earth, right? So my test to you is, the next time you have a disagreement, don't raise your voice. Don't do it. Don't rush to fix it. Don't over-explain. Slow down. Lower your tone. Calm eye contact. Show them that they can't take your calm away from you. That you're not going to shut down because they're threatening it. That you're not going to be threatened because they're trying to take it away from you. No, you're going to look at them straight in the eye and say, okay, cool. What do you want us to do right now? That shift changed my life drastically. It cut out the amount of processing time it took me to deal with a bad day, or deal with a bad week, or deal with a bad business deal. And I've lost money because of that very thing too. So the moment I understood that if I was to tweak this, reverse engineer it so that I can start to think clearly whilst it's happening, everything shifted. If you cannot do that, your nervous system will carry on running the show for you. And like I always say, it's not wired to help you win, it's wired to keep you safe. And sometimes that safety comes at the cost of you winning. So if you want to win, make sure you become in charge. Because I promise you, your brain doesn't care about you winning. It never will, and it never does. So embody respect. Embody the person you want to be. Be, do, have. And once you've built the authority internally, then we can talk about building it externally. But that is going to have to be in another video. Some of the things I want to leave you with, if you watched it till now, and I appreciate you for doing that, is think of yourself as someone that's walking on water. Slow walks, I don't care what anyone say, are probably the most effective because they represent power in a way, because they say, I don't care about your timing, I will walk when I want to walk. So you create your own rules and you stick by them. Create your own morals too, right? You do that, I kid you not, things are going to shift. Then you want to lower your tone and then move your hands and represent perceived confidence because you've accepted yourself authentically. I'm telling you, charisma is the ability to make yourself feel comfortable so that others can feel it too in any environment. That's the simplest way for me to put it. And again, of course, there's tactics and things to do. You got to dig deep into some borderline psychology there. But embodying who you want to be, it's a fun game. Life is a fun game, and if you once you learn how to play it, it becomes even funnier, right? And then you get to teach it to the people you care about and whatever. Right, I'm done. Really hope this video has been valuable to you. And yeah, please subscribe, leave a comment. If you're interested in a one-to-one session, I do private consultations. The link is in my bio. Yeah, if you want to watch more content, feel free to. I talk about a lot of stuff. I've covered a lot of stuff. So, yeah, I'm done, and I'll see you in the next one.